Hello, Flosstube. Hello, everyone. Hello, family. Hello, friends. This is Gail, and this is my Flosstube, Gail's Golden Needle. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you continue watching. And thank you to all of my continuing subscribers that continue to support me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the lovely comments. They just brighten my day. Whenever I see it, I kind of go, ooh, I got a comment. So thank you so much. Today in Chicago, it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the leaves are all out, some blooms, some flowers, and it's warm up here. So I have the window open, and I hope that the sounds of cars going by with their music, or the high schoolers walking by. I'm trying to time this so that I can get this done before they get out of school. I hope it's not too disturbing or distracting. So hopefully we don't have too much. Today is May 10th, and I want to say a very special hello and congratulations to my friend Amy from Mimi's Stitchery. Today she gets her master's degree in nursing. So congratulations, Amy, you did it, and you deserve all the credit. I'm so happy for you. Yay. I also wanted to make a big mention to another floss tuber that I've been watching, and that is Deanne from Stitching on the Rock. And I'll put this up here so you can see. She's lovely to listen to. She has some haids that she's been working on. I think she's been starting a whole bunch more. She's from Newfoundland. I hope I said that right, Deanne. Did I say it right? And so if you have a chance, go give her support and give her a watch. So she's a lovely person to watch. So today I have a finish and some whips I'm working on, and I've been doing my whip go and a 5x5 that was, I think, started by Carol Saltbox Stitcher, so I'll explain that more as I get into it. But I also wanted to say that at the end of my cross stitch show and tell, I would like to do a little special segment at the end about wool applique, because Ernie, she had reached out to me about wanting a little more information about wool applique. So rather than like comment really long, I'm going to just kind of add a couple little information about how to get started on wool applique. Okay? So let's start with my finish. I got a finish. Now this finish, my whip go for this month, May, was number 23 and 25, which is sampler and miscellaneous. So for my sampler, I kind of wanted to pull in, because it was May, some things that are about to be finished and that I would be working on them instead of 3 days, 5 days for my 5x5 by Carol Saltbox Stitcher. She was doing that, and I really like that idea for May. So this worked out perfectly. It was my sampler for 23, more than 3 days. I worked on 5 days for 5x5. And that is Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Design. And here's my finish. And I hope I got all the information right. Oh, did I leave that sticker in here? Oh, I did. So this is on 28 count Mirage Lugana. And guys, I changed up so much of the flosses. Some of them are DMC, some of them are called for, some of them are other overdyes. It's just what I could find and what I could get and what I had. And here it is. So I have a frame for it, and I hope to get it framed here pretty soon. I just love how it came out. So I have not put a year or numbers in yet, and I'm debating on that. I might just put 23, that I finished this in 2023, because 1992, that's when she went to, I think she went to England, but I don't know, 1992 I was busy with children. So I love it. I think it turned out really nice. Okay, oh my gosh, it's really getting warm up here. So I'm just gonna fold this. Now, let's get on to some of my whips that I've been working on. And let's start with this one. This is right here first. So this, I work on Sundays with Amy. And we've been doing the series, A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. And so right now we're on the Bald Eagle. And I think we're on number 5 Sunday, Amy. I think this is, the last one was number 5. So we're working on the Eagle. And I have had to do a lot of frogging at times on this. I'm using the called for, and I am stitching this on, I know I wrote it down this time, 16 count Mirage. Again, some more Mirage. This is a 16 count one. So let me use this because it is funny today. So here we are. I have run out of molasses. So the tree, I got just enough molasses to finish the Eagle. So the tree will be probably in the called for DMC, which is 3031. Or I might do a blend of 3031 and something else that's in here. So, but there he is. He's so majestic looking. And you can kind of see it. I mean, it does show up. So I'm leaving that gray in there. And I might backstitch it with a strand of 4. What was it using? 414, I think, to backstitch. So there's the Eagle. Hopefully he gets done soon, and then we move on to the Owl, I think. I'd like to get him done by July. So I can put him out for July. So I'm just going to throw all these over here. Next up is one that I've been working on in the car. Excuse me. Oh, I need a drink. I'm sorry. Iced tea, pink lemonade. It is so hard to find pink lemonade. I cannot find pink lemonade. I can only find it in the cans now. They got strawberry, they got raspberry, they got watermelon, they have blueberry, they have peach. Can't find just regular pink lemonade. Alright. So, this is one that I've been working on in the car in the mornings. Just trying to get this done. And this is by CountryMagicStitch.com. It's Hold the Door. And I'm stitching this on 18 count hand dyed by me. And I'm using all the DMCs. And so this is where I'm at so far. I filled in some of here. I worked a little bit more on the fence. I think the last time you all saw it, maybe I didn't have all the words done, but I got all the words done. So it's great that I just, on my days off, I might just throw in a little bit more to outline, a little bit more on the fence, and then this is just, I fill in the car in the mornings. So I might only get like a thread in, but it's something. So yeah, Hold the Door. I can't wait to get this one done, framed, and then put on my bathroom door. Next up is one that is in my, was for sampler in 5x5. And so I worked on this some, and this is in this bag that I made. I don't know if I showed this bag before. Yeah, this is by Lindy Stitches. It was a freebie of hers on her website, I think. So this one is Heartstrings Sampleries. Try to get this out. Heartstrings Sampleries Scary Sampler. And that's what it's going to look like. I like it. I think it's really cool. And this is being stitched on, okay, let's see, did I put it in here? Did we have this problem last time? It's a 32 count. 32 count Storm Lugana. 32 count Storm Lugana. Sorry, I have a thread hanging here. I have been working on it. But this is where I'm at so far. Let me put this in the back again. So I got more of the flowers done coming down that one border. Got a few more words in. I got some of those dinosaurs. Started on the tombstone here. So yeah, it's really coming along nice. I like the colors popping on this. I really do. So that's my scary sampler. I know that this is not for everybody, but I like it. It kind of fits me. It kind of fits my family. I love Halloween. A lot of the references to different TV shows and books and movies. It's really fun. So, and I'm going to definitely, when I get done, she has that written on here, all the things that that represent. And so when I get it framed, I'm going to put this on the back of the frame so that you can know what it is. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm kind of, I like pretty things, but I like quirky things too. I mean, this is the inside of my bag, the eyeballs. So, that's by Tula Pink. So, next up, I have this whip. Now this one's big. And this again was on sampler, but it was last month, I think I was working on it. And this one I'm doing with Amy by Rosewood Manor and a Forest Grew. It's big. It's really big. There's like 102 floss colors in here. I have it on a big hoop. And I'm gonna some thread. Sorry, I'll put this over here. Let me do that. Hopefully now. Okay, so this is stitched on 32 count Lugana. I could not remember last time what the fabric was called. I went through my receipts and I went through notes. I couldn't find it. But you all know, I dyed this myself. Isn't that something? I couldn't remember that. But yeah, I dyed this myself. This is hand-dyed by Gail. 32 count Lugana. And so I got a little bit more on the trunk done. I filled in some of the leaves that go around here. I'm just kind of working those in. And then I started on this, I finished this tree, and I got 2 little bunnies in. So, little bit, and I'll have a forest. I like this one. This one is, it's beautiful to do. It's big. I don't know when I will ever get it done. But like I said, I just stitch a little at a time. Now, excuse me. I think this spring I really had problems with allergies. I don't usually get it until fall. But this spring has really been something. Now, this next one I'd like to show and share. I'm trying to finish this up. I hope the next time I do a floss tube, this will be my finish. And this is, I'm working on, and this is going in my 5x5. This is part of my 5x5. Quaker Turtle by RATM. And I am stitching this one on Storm. This is an 8 16 or 18 count. I'm not sure which one. 16 or 18 count storm. I'm using the Karen Water Lilies Sable. And I have many different kinds of dye lots on this. So I'm going back and forth and being creative and trying. This is not anything when I first started. So let me use this. Let me just do this. Maybe if I clip it to the bag, because it's big. It's also a big one. So here we go. Look at the turtle. So I just have to finish that back end and then put on his other 2 feet. I did look it up. They do have feet. Turtles have webbed feet, and tortoises have feet like elephant. So I'll pull it up close. You can see my dye lot differences. I used the darker that I had on the front end, and I'm going to be using it on the back end. So his main shell is all what I originally had I started with. So, but it's really nice. It's been a lot of fun. And like I said, I want to get this done by the next time I do a floss tube. That's my goal. So there's that one. And now for some haul. I went last Saturday with some quilty friends again. We went on another little shop hop. And we went up to Wisconsin, Milwaukee. And we went to Bixby Sewing Center and Patched Works. They're kind of side by side. I like Bixby's. Bixby's has a lot of notions. Their fabrics are a little bit different than what Patchworks carries. They have wool applique as well there. And I was, had blinders on going, this is what I need, this is what I need. I need more black wool for background for some things. The only thing they had left was a cashmere wool. That was $88 a yard. Ernie don't get that. I didn't get that. So this is what I ended up getting. As next door at Patched Works, they have, and I do often use this as my background, like I did with this one. Try and get this is off for later, which is flannel. I will often use flannel for the background part, especially if you need a big, large piece of, you're gonna stitch it on a black piece or something. So I did get some really good flannel. So this is flannel. So I bought some flannel. But Bixby's did have some Valdani threads on sale. It was buy 5, get 5 free, or half price, basically is what it is. And I literally got the colors they had left. I think they were discontinuing, possibly carrying all the colors. They did have some of the box sets. And oh my gosh, they have 2 box sets there I want really bad. So next trip, I'm getting one. So these are the Valdani threads that I did pick up. I just went ahead and said, well, I'll just get these. So there's slightly differences in some of those. So I got the Valdani threads. The other thing I picked up, again, this is kind of like part of my wool, that I'm going to be doing this pattern, which is by Kathy Schmitz. And you can find it on kathyschmitz.com. So, and it's Frosty Friends. And so I just picked up the little bead pack that I need, and there's like the little both ties, there's eyeglasses in here, there's pom-poms in here, and then there's this cute little kit to make little mini purses for the lady snowman. So I got those. So that was just a little bit of haul. Wasn't much stitchy haul, but it was wool haul. So that's all I have for today. It's about 20 minutes. So I hope everyone's doing well. I understand if you don't want to stay for the applique part, But this is for you, Ernie, to applique. So, for applique, wool applique, you were asking about what kind of wool to get. I'm telling you, do not get gabardine wool at $88 a yard. There are some shops that are wool shops. I'm not sure where you are and if there's anything in your area. I know in Ohio there is, and her name just went right out of my head too, Sue Spargo. She has a wool shop. Often quilt shops will have some wool. You just need to call any quilt shops that are in your area and see if they carry any wool. As I said, for background, I will often use good flannel, and I back it with SF101. It just helps so that it stays nice. It gives it a little bit more stability like felted wool would. I don't use the craft wool, the craft felt wool. So it's craft felt wool, has like a polyester in it, and it's much stiffer. Sometimes you can find a soft one, but primarily they're really stiff. What I use is felted wool. And I did buy, I didn't show this in the black, but this was part of my haul also up there because I had like 25% off. I bought a bag of wool scraps. So this is like a ton of wool scraps. And sometimes I will pick these up for little things like the pennies and that kind of stuff. It's perfect because there's little pieces in here. Now I do have my own little scrap bag of wool that I have collected around. You can buy little pre-cut squares and that at different shops. Like I said, there's another quilt shop in Racine that I go to sometimes, Sew and Save. They carry some wool. I know there was one in Indiana. I can't remember the name of the shop. I've been there a couple times on a shop hop. So just, I would say call around to quilt shops, Google felted wool. Just be careful how much, you don't want to spend too much on it. And if you're doing like pennies or something like that, just get small pieces to start with to see if you like it. You could, if you want to be ambitious, make your own felted wool. And I know in my, one of the quilty group that I was in, the quilt guild that I was in, there were several women that did do that. They would go to resale shops and buy wool coats, wool suits, wool skirts, wool blazers. You just have to check the label and make sure that it is like, it says merino wool on it and it's not some kind of poly blend. Because a lot of men's suits now are like a blend, only so that it's not so hot and heavy. But sometimes you can get a wool coat. And what you do is you just start cutting it apart and make pieces, as big pieces as you can, and you wash it in hot water with soap. And if you have a washing machine that still has an agitator, that's even better. You want to beat it. And then you put it in the dryer and you dry it on hot setting. And it will felt the wool. And then you'll have felted wool. You can also over dye some, but that's a whole other thing to get into. That's really a whole other thing to get into. Now, as far as what I use, if you're thinking of like the pennies, and those are a really nice thing to start off with in making like a penny rug. And it's just taking some of these fun colors. You can make a small one just to put a candle on. You know, there's free patterns out there online for like the scalloped edge part. And I would say use flannel, good flannel. And like I said, I back it with SF 101. So this is kind of what SF 101 is. And you can buy that at Joann's. One side is like cotton, and the other side has a glue to it that you would iron. You fuse it on. And like I said, you could see on the back of this that I have put the SF 101 and then cut the shape out. Okay. I used to adhere, like if you were doing your buttons. Let's see, where's the button? Button. Who's got the button? All right. So this is like, this is a piece of flannel. I thought I had a piece of wool here. Oh, maybe it fell. These are some wool pieces. So to adhere the circles onto each other, let me get this one out. Like to get this red on first and then this one, I will use, this is a heat bond. Again, I buy it at Joann's. This is, I think I used the medium and not the light because I found that the light didn't stick as well as like a medium heat bond adhesive interfacing. So one side is paper and one side is the shiny glue. You can see that. So what I do is, this is a bigger piece, you can see, and I took and made a circle. I put some on there, then drew the circle, then cut it out. Now, what I use for circles, to get really good circles, I have in the past, when I first started, I searched the house. Where's a quarter? Where's a top of a jar? Whatever I could find. I mean, I did. I would find whatever I could. Even something like this. You know, I have a little thing like this. Perfect. Perfect circle. But I did get perfect circles by Karen K. Buckley. And these you can get on Amazon. And side note again, don't get wool on Amazon. I wouldn't buy wool on Amazon. I've tried looking, and the only thing that I could really find was, you know, the real expensive, like, you know, cashmere wool or craft wool felt. So if you want felted wool, try to look online at a shop that has it. Okay? But anyway, the circles are like this. I have the bigger circle. She has a pack that's a bigger circles, and then this is the smaller pack. Now, I've already picked out the ones that I need for my pennies. Medium, small. And I will sometimes, as I got the paper, I cut my circles really small, really close to the cutting line when I cut out the paper, so I can get plenty of them next to each other. You see what I'm saying? And use up as best as I can with the fusible. And then you would put it on. Then you would take the circle. So this. And you would just iron the circle on. You know, you don't want to use up too much of your good wool. So you get as close as you can. Iron that on. And then it will, like here's a piece that will kind of show you that I've done leaves. It will lift up, and this is already kind of lifted up a little bit. It will lift up a little bit. You see how it lifts up, and you can see the glue? Okay. Then you would be able to start stacking them. And you want to start with the smallest to the medium, and then leave the paper on that medium until you're ready to iron it and stick it on. You leave the paper on. That's why I said these still have the paper on them until I'm ready to use them. Okay? So those are just some tips about wool applique. Now, there are, I usually use a lot of times just a blanket stitch, and there's some tutorials on how to use the blanket stitch. You can use DMC if you want to use just 2 strands, 3 strands, all 6 strands, whatever you want to use. You can use pearl cottons. Just remember the sizes and how chunky they would get. Yeah, you know, I have a ton of, you can use Valdani. My favorite size, this is an 8. They had just this in an 8, and this is a 12 weight. So those are really good sizes to use in pearl cottons, is your 8s and your 12s. Okay. So yeah, I hope that answered some questions for you. Where to get and how to start. And good luck. I hope you find something. Let me know. So everybody else, if you stayed, well, thank you for staying and listening to my wool applique start. Any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. So until next time, I hope everyone is doing well. Be happy, and I hope you get lots of good stitching time. Take care. Bye.